Found India Trade Company. Hell yes. Russia can into India. Okay, so... Ooh, wow, we have a lot of admin points too. Let's have you guys backing off first of all. One there, one there. That's... Ah, damn it. Split you up again. And again. Right, let's try that again, shall we? One there. 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 Oh, we left a man up here. Fair enough. How big is my standing army at this point? 223,000 men. Ming has slightly more. We've closed the gap on the artillery, though. And then we are a long way ahead of the Ottomans, who are a long way of Bohemia, who are quite a long way ahead of Vizhyanga. And then everyone else. Right, so I need to spend some of the admin points. We did decide that there were no decent gold mines, didn't we? 60 Diplo. 60. 60. Oh right, yes, we can't go there. You've already been developed. Alright. What does Japan look like? Japan looks like it's been split in half. And there is no actual Japan. Ashikaga has the following daimyos. Satake. So are they a grand daimyo? Shogunate. A country can take over the shogunate and become the overlord of the daimyo subjects by taking the province of Kyoto. Yeah, I haven't really played in Japan, so I'm not too familiar with the mechanics over there. Right. Coring. Which will actually cost me some of my admin. Alright, it's a good way of burning some of that off. Marvellous. We can go back to speed 5. Back to the speed where we've been playing the rest of this entire game on. Still mental. Okay, some more universities. At this point, I think we just need to kind of position them somewhat strategically so that stuff can spread from the universities. Are there any rebels that I can beat up? There are plenty of rebels I can beat up. Harsh treatment them. And they're a little bit more expensive than I'd like to spend. And them. And them. And this is all giving me more and more absolutism. We're up to 23 already. 1.1 discipline, 9.2 administrative efficiency, which means that we can take more lands in peace deals. And does that also reduce the development cost? I can never remember what the difference is. There's administrative efficiency and then there's development efficiency. No, development is the one that reduces the development cost. Administrative efficiency just reduces the war score for territories that you try and conquer, I think. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Japan game. I just haven't done it myself. Oh, Blind Baccarat, thank you very much for the donation. Cheers from the US, been enjoying the YouTube videos. I can't read today. Cheers from the US, been enjoying the YouTube videos. Figured I owe a donate. Thank you very much, that is really appreciated. As I've said before, I don't get paid for the Twitch stuff. So, because I'm not a Twitch partner, so I basically rely on donations and Patreon subscription things for money on Twitch. I do upload stuff on YouTube, which does then get monetized and advertising put on it. But any adverts that you watch here on Twitch goes to Twitch, does not come to me, because I'm not a Twitch partner, so I don't get the share. The barriers to entry on Twitch are much higher than they are on YouTube, unfortunately, and it does hurt. Like, I'm spending a lot of time doing the Twitch streaming, and I'm entirely reliant on your generosity. And it always feels bad saying, please can I have some monies, which is why I don't do it very often. But it does bear bringing up. So thank you again, Blind Baccarat. Really appreciate that. Makes a big difference. Oh, traders. Speaking of money. Right, where do we want to put that trader? Persia is keeping most of their money, but we have no control over Persia, so there's not much we can do. We already have a guy in Samarkand. We could put one in Kashmir. Hormuz doesn't push towards us. Yeah, Kashmir is kind of the entrance to Russia from India. We'd have to push from like Doab to Goa to Indus to us, to Kashmir. So what I think I will do is... Oh no, sorry, Indus goes up towards Samarkand anyway. It does not go via Kashmir. Human is already pushing most of their money out. We can't reach over here. You're pushing most of your money south into Nippon. So this is another position that we could do. Although it's not very valuable. We only have a 4% stake in there. I think Kashmir makes the most sense. Although we do actually have quite a lot of control over Indus. Which would also allow us to push into Samarkand. Let's do Kashmir. Well, where are we most likely to spread to next? I mean, part of the problem that we have right now is overextension. We need to burn that down. Then we may well go for a war against Vijayanga, who are actually partaking of the weakness of Jaunpur right now. You're allied to Punjab and Gondwana, which is not a problem. So yeah, I think the next major war will be against Vijayanga. And no, there's been no Ming explosion. There very, very rarely is since Mandate of Heaven. It just doesn't happen anymore. Which is why a lot of people dislike the Mandate of Heaven update, because it just made them too powerful. Let's get some more trade power while we're at it. Are there any other positions? Persia. We have no control over Persia. None. Oh, because it's all no guy. You're a 50% liberty desire. That's why I'm not annexing you. Oh, son of a bitch. Subject must give up 100% of the trade power to you. Changes liberty desire by plus 50. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable divert trade. I'm going to placate local rulers. Twice. No, 3 times. And then I am going to send you a diplomat to suck up to you. So I can start annexing you again. Because if it goes over 50%, I think the annexation stops. There we go, that helps. Now that means that I have control over some of the Persia node. If we wait a day or two, then that should reach... no, it'll have to be the end of the month. We'll wait until the end of the month. We'll see how much power we have here. Not very much. I think all of that goes to us. So we're going to transfer trade power. Oh no, wait, Persia only goes towards Aleppo, so we need to stop any money going into Persia, which is what Samarkand does. So I think Kashmir is where we're going to say transfer trade power, you. And here come the rebels, which is fine because we're still at full maintenance. Baluchistan, you're cheap. Theodorians are not quite so cheap. We'll let you fire. Oh, these rebels are a bit harder. We do have reinforcements coming in though. There they are. Boom. We lost quite a lot. Oops. One of you stays behind, one of you goes there, and that should be sufficient. Alright, let's reduce maintenance once again. Because at this point we are just waiting for stuff to finish, so that for the coring to finish, so that we can go off to Vijayanga. And that will take some time. And once it's a bit nearer to the time, we can start angling ourselves for that big invasion. And then we can really start to push into India and start earning some real cash. Because India is wealthy. Oh, you know what? What I usually do when someone gives me a donation is I name something after you. The 4th Army. You can be called Blind Baccarat. There we are. Should have done that earlier. Sorry, buddy. Alright, troops. Let's see. Let's put one of you there, one of you there, one of you there, one of you there. We'll put you in position. Screw it. Why not? You've just taken a lot of attrition. Alright. The cork bottle stoppers increases the price of wine by 25%. It's alright for some. Conversion successful, so we'll need to convert somewhere else in a minute. Okay, some more universities. Now, I did, after the fact, realise that actually we only need to convert one small area. So concentrating as much universities in this area is probably the way that we want to do this. So it spreads faster from that zone. So I'm actually going to put this on development map mode and then see where development's the highest and then stick universities in those positions. There we go, that's a better mix. And conversion. Off we go. And we can still go admin, but I don't want to. So actually, what is that? Oh, that's more states. No, I'm not paying 40% extra admin for that. The prominent Kilkov family has offered to fund the expansion into and the surrounding area. Committing to the construction of forts there for the benefit of the Tsardom of Russia. In exchange, they would receive the rights to exploit the area themselves. If we sign a charter to give them this right, we will likely have little control over the conduct of the area. They would also secure the initial profits, but in return they would both organise and fund fortifications for us. So we gain 3,000 ducats and also population and a castle in somewhere. Doesn't say where. Novgorod loses money for the next 30 years. I'm actually okay with this. Yeah, alright. Although we have no colonies outstanding, so I have no idea if that actually founded anywhere. Bit of a weird option. Okay, so we are still probably far enough ahead that we could get another diplomat. Or we could finish off defensive. I think we'll finish off defensive at last. And start another conversion. Marvellous. You want dynasty mode, alright. It was under political, wasn't it? I don't really see why dynasty is so interesting in this game. Wait, have they taken over Sweden? No, it's just over. Right, personal union, that's why. Duh. Because dynasties don't matter as much in this as they do in Crusader Kings. So, there you go. Still can't see any of the Americas. Which is kind of, oh no, yes we can. Hold up. Yes we can. Dutch Graupara. So having a strong Holland is added another colonial power. I'm still amazed you haven't become the Netherlands. That is a strong Holland, actually. Oh, and France is in England once again. England's not having a good time of things. I really wish that was true in Pale Pirates. I really do. Alright, onwards. A weak England would be a good thing. CK2 is good. I mean, personally I prefer EU4. It's alright. I'm not as good at it as I am at this. I don't know like all the ins and outs. Like I kind of know EU4 is like the back of my hand. Though even I still learn new things now and then. Alright, let's take a look at this. So one in Tambov. Oh, Crimean one would probably be a good thing. Oh yeah, definitely right there. Anywhere else? Yes. And there we go. Weak England is best England. Absolutely. Okay, cores are about to be finished. The armies are marching in. We'll be ready for our assault very soon, actually. So let's bump up the maintenance. It'll cost a little bit of cash to replenish some forces, but that's entirely expected. We'll do 2 harsh treatments to you. And we can't afford any more. And that's kind of bad, so at this point I will be firing you to reduce all the uprisers by a bit. And that works. Alright, maintenance is being raised. Reinforcements are flowing in too. Manufactory spawned in 1650s, yeah. Mordred, will I be doing an India game sometime? You mean like the March of the Vikings India game? Which I just finished. Well, 2 months ago. But that was a custom nation. No, not custom nations. That was a mega campaign going from CK2, getting the Vikings from Gotland down through Egypt into India. Then EU4 was the Indian Norse, which colonized Indonesia, China, Japan. Then Victoria 2 was Chinese Norse, and only really stayed in Chinese Norse. It's quite a dull game, that one, I must admit. The others were excellent. Don't get me wrong. The ZK2 element was really, really good. Much more of a roller coaster than I expected. Harder than I expected. Then EU4 was also very interesting because I was trying to maintain the balance of power in different areas. And then I'm kind of waiting until Hearts of Iron 4 is a little bit more stable and the converter is done. Then I'll be converting that into Hearts of Iron as well. Should play Luxembourg and Hearts of Iron 4. I don't mind a challenge, but when there is literally nothing to do, that's just boring. And I don't think you guys would much enjoy it either. So, no. Right. We have military access. That is very true, we do. Cancel. You have 1 more month to live. I have no diplomats to send. Damn this place being so far. Yeah, Game of Thrones mod is one that I've always intended to do. The problem with Crusader Kings 2 is it is a massive time investment. It takes absolutely ages to do anything. I mean, if you want the full timeline, it takes a really long time. We're talking like 70, 80 episodes, and that's one hell of a commitment. Yeah, I've done India a little bit too recently to do it again. But India's a lot of fun to play in. I have done it before. Let's do that. Incoming! We should probably get this down to speed 4. 2 of a kind. A skill 3, discipline, +5, commandant. I think that's probably quite reasonable, although he's only 48. Or we get 50 military power. We'll take the military power this time. I think I will, however, invest a bit of development into tax. Development costs are definitely down. Right, because we have the mine's 10% development cost reduction, and we have the 10% development cost reduction from the icon. It does add up. $600 followers, awesome. I hadn't even looked at that recently. I must admit, I tend to look more at the YouTube subscribers, which I hit 4,500 today. I reckon I'll probably hit 5,000 in the next 2.5 weeks. If current growth rates continue. Although the last 2 weeks or so have been absolutely phenomenal because of how well the Ottoman game has done and the Civil War game have done. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I have a YouTube channel as well, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. Booyah! Self-plug. Not subtle, I know. Nice job, Mord. Thank you. Oh, you mean for the number of subs or because of that subtle plug? Icon edict. I just need burkers. That's true, but I haven't been using the development edicts. I've been using the manpower ones because Russia. Alright, I feel like having a massive fight. Oh no, I can't get there. You're in the one place in India which is really safe right now. Disappointed! Actually, you're right where you need to be. Let's spread you guys out. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Boom. Don't worry, Civil War game Germany has surpassed Prussia. Has it? Well, the surprising one was how well the Kaiserreich Germany Army with a State did. Like, that was kind of flying below the radar for a while, and now it's my most watched video. By quite a long way. Like, the Kaiserreich stuff's just exploded. Quite suddenly, in like the last 2 months. Which is awesome, because I have quite a lot of Kaiserreich. Worth it though, I mean the mod is absolutely ridiculous. Long may it continue. I'm just waiting for the update for Kaiserreich, which is why I'm playing EU4 today. Kinda hoping it appears on Wednesday or Thursday. Here we go. Big fight! Tactics are more equal. We still have more morale. They actually have more discipline. Their military tech is 16. Wow. If we weren't 3 mil techs ahead of them, they might actually stand a chance. And even then they out-tactics us. Out-discipline us. Yeah, we even have the bonus from the military technology. They just have a lot of discipline. Oh, they ran. Oh, and they took a province for us. That's nice of them. They have reinforcements coming in. A little bit late. And we have plenty of troops for reinforcements. I'm saving points now, I think. Europe is Germany. Thiefst, you found me here. Excellent. Well, welcome. I do always kind of wonder, like, how do people find me? If it's on YouTube, which series? If it's on Twitch, what was I playing? What made you interested in watching this, as opposed to any of the other streams out there? And do you watch the streams because of the stuff I do on YouTube, or is it literally just something you found? It'd be really nice if we could have like a survey which we give people just saying, how did you find us? Because it's really important information for us to know. Because it's like where we should be prioritising our time. Oh wow, we're actually negative prestige. That's why they probably are actually really close to us in morale. Thankfully we just have half their country occupied already. You cannot stop the wave of Russians. Kaiserreich. That is a great answer there, Praxis. I am suffering from a crippling EU4 addiction. You happen to be one of the few EU4 streamers online at the time. Hence I found your channel. Good reason. Yeah, lots of you are saying Kaiserreich. Trying to play Prussia and Victoria too, so I found you on YouTube. Prussia and Victoria is a lot of fun. Another one that's a lot of fun, surprisingly, was the Ottomans, actually. Like, trying to keep yourself from dying is interesting, especially as you're trying to go through industrialization and stuff while dealing with the crises in Egypt. Basically, all the stuff that you're trying to deal with in the Ottoman playthrough of Kaiserreich is what you're doing in Victoria. It's an interesting game. Cyrano, you seem like a cool dude. Found you from your card. Oh, so we met in person. Marvellous. You were playing E4, and there were only 8 people streaming. You were clearly the most developed stream. Oh, thanks. What's the next update? What's the next update on Kaiserreich supposed to do? I don't know. It depends on whether the next... Well, start again. Definitely the next thing that they're doing on the Kaiserreich update is making it compatible with Death or Dishonor, which means bringing in unit licenses, probably, though I don't know how implemented that will be just yet. And certainly the new Air UI system will be in Kaiserreich, which is going to be so helpful. Like the new Air UI on Hearts of Iron is fantastic. Much better than it used to be. What else are they adding? I don't know. It depends on whether it's going to be a major update or if it's just a hotfix for compatibility. If it's a major update, then they're overhauling Austria and also adding focuses for most of the Chinese. So Qing gets updates, Allgemeine Ostasien Gesellschaft gets some, Legation cities get some. Those look really, really, really interesting, actually. They posted a dev diary on the Legation cities. That's looking pretty sweet. Like, you have to deal with different gangs. Different gangs give you different abilities depending on how much they like you. There's always a balance of power between the different gangs. Or what are they called? What are they called? Chinese gangs. They have a name. Triads. Please note, Kaiserreich is currently not updated with Death or Dishonor. We're working on an update right now, but this was a big patch and will take time. We are hoping to get it done by the weekend, though I'd say at this point, hopefully soon. Yeah, Ultra Hill was saying that the weekend they were talking about was the weekend just past. I don't know if that's true or if it's the next weekend. It depends when they posted that message. Added a part to Germany if they get kicked to Africa. German focus tree. Oh, sweet. Yeah, the German focus tree definitely needed a little bit more. What's blocking me? Ah, Bida, of course it is. The Queen of the People. It has become clear to us that Queen Ekaterina is a woman with a heart of gold. She always does her best to please her husband, Tsar Semen II, unfortunate name, and treats her friends with unparalleled kindness. During a recent trip to the Tobolsk province, Queen Yekaterina saw the suffering of the poorest peasants with her own eyes. Ever since, she has been drafting a plan to help her most destitute subjects. In order to make these ideas into reality, however, Yekaterina needs some funds from the nation's treasury. Unrest until he dies, or more legitimacy. We're at 100 legitimacy. We have a bit of money free. Yeah, go for it. Cool.